When your system works and then it doesn't, what's the problem? What's the answer? That's what we're talking about today. Hi, this is Frank Buck, and this is the place to be if you want to get organized and make it look easy. Get two productivity guys talking, and invariably you'll wind up with nuances that neither one of them thought about. Well, that's exactly what happened in a conversation with my colleague, Francis Wade, a Jamaican productivity expert. Francis and I were recording a podcast episode, totally unrehearsed. And as we talked with each other, I think we stumbled on some things that neither one of us had read about, thought about, taught, whatever. It'll make more sense as I go along. The takeaway for me was very simple, though. As our responsibilities mature, our systems must mature in response. I want to talk to you about four levels of responsibility that sort of worked their way out of that conversation with Francis. First is immediate responding. From the time we're toddlers, we're faced with to-dos. We're told when to eat our vegetables, to wave goodbye to a guest, and to pick up our toys. In each case, someone else is giving us the task. And in each case, we respond now. The small child needs no planner or smartphone to perform the to-dos. They're done in the moment. Next is delayed responding. Your homework tonight is 20 minutes of reading and work the math problems on page 27, says the teacher. Well, the next day, some students did the reading and the math, others didn't. What made the difference? Was it good memory? Was it desire? Maybe. But on the other hand, maybe it had to do with the system. Suddenly, there was a delay of several hours between when the task was assigned and when the task will be done. How's the child to keep up with those tasks? Well, this example is a prime reason why student planners are an important topic. Their need grows, in fact, throughout the grade school years. I invite you to an episode that Leslie Josell and I recorded on this very topic. Leslie's business, Order Out of Chaos, works exclusively with helping young people develop systems, and in particular, use of a planner to trap all of those delayed responses. If you come to the body of the blog post that accompanies this video, you'll see links to those. At this level, it's all about having a place to trap the commitments others give us. At this level, we may hear the teacher ask every student to take out their planners and may even check to see that things have been written down in the correct spots. As we grow, this element will always be there. Other people assigning us tasks. That's something that continues throughout life. But we'll be the ones in charge of writing down our commitments without the support system of someone else checking behind us. The third level, creating and executing. As we grow, our power to make choices that governs our lives also grows. And since we can't do everything at the same time, we need a place to trap the plans that we've made so that we can act on them at the right time in the future. With nobody to tell us to write that in Tuesday's square in our planners, the responsibility is on us to decide where we write things so that we see them at the right time. The complexity of our plans grows. Do the math problems on page 29 becomes make the basketball team. The first is a task. The second is a project made up of a number of tasks. Figuring out what those tasks are and when each one will happen becomes the area of growth. The system that worked before might not work now. The only voice that's saying, write it down, is that voice inside our own heads. The fine art of breaking down projects into tasks now becomes our own. The success in creating and executing on our own ideas is dependent upon a system that makes it happen. And this is where books like Get Organized, Time Management for School Leaders by yours truly shines. You'll learn how to handle the paper so that actionable papers appear at the right time. You'll learn how to organize everything you have to do in one place. You learn how to identify repeating tasks and put them on autopilot. You learn how to organize projects and keep multiple projects going on at once. Then the fourth level is called delegating. At some point in our careers, we graduate from being the bottom rung on the chain of command to something a little higher up. We move from a situation like our school days where we're responding to what others are delegating to us, and we move to a situation where we're creating our work and we're acting upon it. And then if we're successful, we move to a level where we're getting work done through other people. In other words, we become the boss. The system that worked before may be failing us now. When someone else is responsible for the task, how will you know it's being done? In the absence of a good system, this is the level where things start to fall through the cracks on a regular basis, and they do so for people who are used to getting things accomplished in a pretty timely fashion. So let me ask you this question. How do you keep up with the responsibilities that you have delegated to others? First, I think the answer is in teaching a system. You see, you've reached the delegation level in part because of the success you had in before with handling your own task, and your system is to thank for it. But don't assume that others have such a system. It's something you teach. It's something you model. It's something that others come to see as being an easy way to be successful. And second, you add to your own system. The addition you must make is a simple one. When you delegate a task, that task must also be present in your own system. Decades ago, my organizational system was my tickler file and a memo pad in my pocket. So when I ordered something over the phone, way before the days of ordering anything online, I'd make a quick note on the memo pad. Expect to receive the order from the XYZ company. Decide on a reasonable arrival date and drop that slip of paper in the tickler file for that day. If the items didn't arrive on time, that little slip of paper would resurface, and that would be my reminder to check status. Pretty soon, I got tired of writing expect to receive and abbreviated it as ETR. Well, when I went digital in 2001, ETR lived on. Any task delegated to another person or another company went in my digital task manager, along with the letters ETR. A quick search for ETR returned everything I was waiting on from anyone. Well, today I have an ETR tag and apply it when I delegate. One click on the tag returns everything I'm waiting on from anybody. And here's a special bonus if you use Remember the Milk. If you use Remember the Milk and others you work with also use it, there's a special feature. You can add a task to your list, and assign it to someone else. So the other person receives a notification that a task was assigned. When they accept that task, it now shows up on their list. You continue to see a list of the people that you've delegated to. And when they mark the task as done, you see it as done as well. As long as it remains active on their list, you see it as undone. Our systems must be as mature as our responsibilities. Now, folks, nothing I have said here is a revelation. It's all common sense. But here's the thing, in the heat of the battle, when we continue to do as we've always done, the edge on that saw can get awfully dull. And there comes a time to sharpen that saw and resume at a new level. And that is my hope for you, that as your responsibilities grow, that your system can grow and mature in response and take you to a new level and make it look easy. Hey, thanks for stopping by. And if you like this video, take a look at these two right over here. Like the video, subscribe to the channel for more videos. This has been Frank Buck helping you get organized and make it look easy.